Okay, so we are here to explain you how I got into the fucked up situation with my shoulder. 1 week before Open Sochi, I was practicing in a PDVL spot, and I was doing elbow track, but not a real one like this. I was doing like this, small one. Most of the time people do elbow tracks and freezes like this, but if you do it like this, it's dangerous. So I jumped like this, and my shoulder muscles already were not so strong, I guess. On a practice, I fucked up my shoulder. My shoulder went out, and I was like, no way. 1 week before the battle, I was super fucking ready, and that happened.
I didn't see how it happened, but I saw after. You just lying on the floor and like, oh, I don't know what happened. And I was like, what happened? What happened? Like, I didn't expect that it was super serious injury. For me, it always was like you and the injuries, how to say?
Different worlds.
Different worlds.
So I never had big injuries, you
Yes,
mean?
Yes. Because
Yeah.
you always like careful, super careful. You like prepare it for some.
I'm always
dangerous
careful express.
Yeah.
I contacted my Portuguese federation, and they told me they would try to help to cover costs, and at the end they covered everything, so I'm really glad. I was lucky, so they paid everything. At the end it was like almost 3,000 euro.
I think it's very cheap.
Yeah, it's kind of cheap, but I was doing everything in Russia. I was lucky to find one of the best surgeons. Basically everything went well. I was officially insured as an athlete. During 1 week I was resting and doing nothing, and it seemed that it healed, you know. I didn't have MRI then, only after the battle. Exactly. Before the battle I was warming up, I did air flares, I did like from turtle to one hand, and everything was perfect. And then in a qualification I did some stupid move which was also dangerous for this kind of stuff, but I was dancing like I had no injury. I was dancing free. It's popped out again. I was really pissed, very sad, but anyways I decided to continue because when it go out, because of the naturally, because of the pain, I do like and this move always brought my shoulder back on the place. I did first battle against one guy from Romania. It was good. I didn't really use a lot of stuff, and it was one of the best rounds of the event. So funny. And then I was battling against Jamal, and there my shoulder went out again. Next day is like team battle, like represent Portugal against blah blah blah, and I was trying to make my team. I was trying to make my team substitute me for other member, because we had other member. You are so strong even without your shoulder. You will do crazy things, and I was like, no man, I can't even do footwork, because like last battle it went out on the footwork even, you know. And so I was really pushing to not to battle, and they forced me to battle.
Yeah, and it was painful when the shoulder went out.
I went home really exhausted mentally and physically, and I started to do MRI and other stuff. And when I find out that I'm fucked up, then I had the choice: or I continue to battle and I do surgery, or I live like many people leave, they don't do nothing. They just maybe muscle up. They do a workout during like half a year or a year, and they kind of recover with the muscle back around it.
But they can't do the same thing.
Yeah, but you still can't do same stuff. Power move on the hand and stuff like that, you can't. I was making consultation with many people who had the shoulder out. One of them was Zelim. It's a parkour guy from Gorilla Energy team, and he is really dope guy. He's healthy, athletic body, so he was always like, if you look at him, he's always healthy, but I didn't know that he had this problem. So I asked him, and he said he didn't do a surgery, and he advised me also to not to do it. And many people told me like, no, don't do it. B-boy Cleo, he did once a surgery. After 3 years, he fucked his shoulder again, and then he did other surgery, and then it was everything fine. So I was checking what surgery, what is the name of the surgery. Arthrolatarjet. It's French technique. It's like not anatomical way of surgery. I did MRI, blah blah blah. I went to like three surgeons. I went to 3 surgeons. One surgeon from Moscow, he told me I need to make this kind of surgery. Other guy told me I need to do other kind of surgery. And then I went to St. Petersburg to the guy which was advised from I don't remember who. And he told me the third surgery, other operation. So it was 3 different things which I could do with my shoulder, maybe even more. And I didn't know what I should do because of the Cleo. With my kind of stuff, like tricks or freestyle, like that I can do sometimes some dumb shit, can be risky for me to do some light surgery. So I was needed one which is like strong. Third doctor from St. Petersburg, he told me better do this surgery, Arthrolatarjet, because if you want to continue on the same level, then you should do that, because it is an operation which MMA fighters, hockey players, and like contact sport people doing, you know. He told me you can do it like this through the university, because I also work in university, so through the university it can be faster and cheaper.
You went to St. Petersburg again for 3 days.
For 3 days?
Or
No,
Friday?
for a week.
For a week. Okay. So
For a week.
one day
So
you-
I was living I was living in my friend's house. Shout out to B-boy Aver. So he hosted me. I was 1 day at his place. Then I make surgery. 2 days after, I went to his place. Stayed there like 5 days or something like that, right? And you was alone with Moa.
No.
The surgery was pretty crazy because I have allergy to painkillers, to analgesics. With my anesthesiologist, I needed to discuss which anesthesia he will provide. And so he told me that my anesthesia will be based on coffee and latex.
Gorilla Energy. Что такое? Моа.
So it's funny because after surgery, I also can't take painkillers, and they provided me opium, painkillers based on opium. It's called opioids. The medicine is called tramadol. You still watching? Have you already support me on Patreon? Yes? You are my man. No? Because you don't like what I do? Wait, you watching, so it means you like. If you always watching, it means you like. If you like, and I work for free. But you can support. Let's build and make this production better. With you, it means success and also means stress less and make no mess. Easy to guess. So, I love making videos for you. Show up on Patreon. We love you. Нужно ли пить витамин D, если твоя жена солнышко? Day number 2. Action. Where is a little person?
She's sleeping.
She's what?
She's sleeping.
It's she, not him?
No.
Okay. I was pretty much worried before the surgery. I started to watch Steve-O, the guy from Jackass. He has some videos on his channel where he's fighting against anesthesia.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's like he had to do some surgery, and before they brought camera and he was challenging himself how many seconds he will be awake against the anesthesia. So it was super funny videos. This helped me a lot, and I was positive before the surgery because it was first time for me. I did a lot of analysis before the surgery, and then the assistant of the surgeon, she told me, you need to do this thing, like to put a tube, gastroscopy, I think. This is fucked up. I wish nobody have this. It's disgusting. So it was way worse than a surgery. I made the surgery by myself. 7 holes they made in my body. Like in the beginning, I was going into the same hospital in St. Petersburg to take out and put a new cover, and they were telling me, yeah, it's okay, everything is on a plan, it looks nice. But then when I was back in Moscow, I had to continue going to my local hospital for them to take stitches out and also check on me before if everything is okay. And when they saw the stitches, they said, yo, they were impressed with the quality of the surgery, of the stitches. They told me this guy who did this is like Ferrari. So guys, if you want to do this surgery and you don't want to pay a lot of money, maybe it's worth it to go to Russia and make it there, you know. After the surgery, I stayed 5 days in my friend's house, B-Boy Aver. I had to walk with this special Artest with some sponge, big sponge here, and some belts to keep the same position like this. Then I was back to my home, not yours. I had to walk with it 3 weeks. In the beginning they said 2, but then they said 3. How to say fuck?
Just say.
Then I went to one doctor who was working on rehabilitation. I felt like I pay money just for some old videos. He just sent me videos with private link. When I was with him, he never did some exercises with me. He just showed me what I supposed to do, how, but it was same on the video. So he could just send me the video or do it online. Bruce Almighty or Bruce Momentum?
Bruce Almighty.
So she liked me how I was before. I was doing all those exercises, and you basically need to understand how to move with your arm, elbow again. It was so fucking difficult because you feel so stiff, you feel like you can't do anything, and you need to be, this is the most difficult time mentally, because you need to be strong, and if you will do everything correctly, you can recover fully. If you will skip exercises, if you will do a lot of things wrong and be lazy and be depressed, then you will not recover. So it's up to you, and you need to be motivated for sure. So you learn how to move your elbow and how to take some weight and rubber. I went to B-Boy Frog. He helped me a lot to be motivated. He provide workout to many fighters basically. He put me doing handstand. My first handstand, walking handstand, was with him. I owe him for sure. He's a very good person and professional at what he's doing. Before the surgery and after my shoulder went out, I had 1 month, and I went to Poland. It was ending of pandemic. I was keep practicing with one hand, everything. I was really motivated, always, like non-stop. So yeah, never depressed, always social, always throwing jokes, and be positive about that you will come back, because the surgeon, he gives you the percentage of how many people he recover and what can be wrong after the surgery. And basically the percentage is so small, and he's so professional that if you do everything well after the surgery, so for sure you will be recovered. I think I did my first handstand after 4 months, something like this, right? Then I started to walk. After 5 and something months, we went to Berlin, Germany, to work with flying steps, and thanks to Timmy and Vartan, because they believed in me that I will recover on time, and then they provide me opportunity even I was basically recovering. So it's a huge trust and big respect to them. I had to do some top rocks. Footwork is fine, but also I had to do already basically a windmill, because it was and jackhammer. It was a thing with my hoodie. So when show started, I was not yet 100% recovered, even with my moves which I was doing, and every show I was improving. Every half of the months I was improving a lot, and because we were performing there almost half a year. So 6 months after I did air flare, it was also not so, I feel good. In my head, I still was feeling super careful, afraid a little bit. This is everything in your head, My shoulder for sure was fine.
Yeah, it's always like this. It's always like this. Bless you.
What else I can say?
Just be yourself, be healthy, and everybody love, peace, unity, and having fun.
Again, props to who? Props to Max, because Max helped me a lot to build this bridge with the Sports Federation about insurance and money recovery. Thanks to Federation, Portuguese Sport. Thanks to, of course, my surgeon is Sergei Dekolin. Thanks to Frog Ruslan. Thanks to, of course, this Nastya, right? To Nastya. Thanks to Chia, because it's our cat who also provided me a little spa, meditational recovery, mental relax. Aver, who hosts me with his wife, Break the Pain, as you can see.
Because everybody dancing, do moves until they fucked up. And then oh yes, I have to think about my health, about my body, about this is so hard for my body. And nobody think it before some injury happens. When you don't have injury, you are like, I'm fine.
Normally when you are young, you learn stuff, and when you fall, you recover very fast. And then when you learn everything what you wanted to learn, all the foundation, all the crazy things you wanted to do, then as it's easy for you to make it, you start to relax, chill more, maybe practice less, and maybe do less, I don't know,
maybe
gain some weight like me. In 2014 it happened first time.
Yeah, that's right.
It was like too much for my muscles already.
Yeah, so in the beginning you just had tendinitis.
he win as crew. And this is very important, because again, when I was injured, we win a battle, and I continued to battle, and I'm fucking strong warrior. And then I was doing other contracts in Sweden, doing other performances or other battles, and always I had some problems with my right arm here. I had some pain, like doing air chair or air flare. So when I was standing on my hand, jumping, everything fine. When I was doing like flexibility, it was fine. But when it's together, like when you stand on your hand, when you do flexibility, then it was pain, tendinite. It went away, but inside nothing is really recovers. It just basically something was ripped, got together again, but they got together again, but it was not flexible. It was less flexible and less flexible. Every your micro injury will appear in the future. If you have micro injuries, you should start doing workouts, stretching for sure. You should take some days from your week, like 3 days, and do stretching like at least for an hour, and then you will be healthy. So guys, take care of yourself. What else I can say? I also know that Killa Kolja have some issues with his shoulders. They always go out, but he managed to put it back, and because he's flexible, somehow he's not so critic for him. So this is one more example that being flexible helps a lot. Thanks for watching. I hope to somebody this video will be helpful, and yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.
Mama.
Mama, 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 mama,
Mama, yeah. Mama.
hey, mama, mama. It even sucks to talk about injuries. It's not fun to talk about injuries. Fuck injuries.